Hey guys, welcome back. So from the last video I said tomorrow I was going to install a torque converter, but I lied because I was just too excited because the motor runs. This thing hasn't run for at least a year and a half, and the motorcycle itself doesn't run at all because the motor seized up. So today, well, this video, torque converter, and I got the bolts. As you can see, I'm working in dirt next to my little race car. But know what? This is still a mechanical thing, and I'm going to show you exactly how to put this on. Well, not a DIY, but you know how. So easy enough. As you can see, the chain's right here, just hanging around. So the first step I have to do is, of course, move the chain out of the way because this used to be the old clutch setup that was on this, and it was just for the bracket. So what you have to do, especially if you have a bike like this, cut it off as close as you can, or even cut it off all the way. I'm not going to do it because I'm lazy. And so far this is a little bit in the way. I'm just going to get a pipe, hammer it away. It's not a big issue. So let me get this cut this real quick. Okay, I think that's good enough. Oh, by the way, two things. One, if you wonder why I'm rushing a lot, because the sun's going down and only have a limited amount of time. And two, make sure when you grind you don't have gas next to you, because that's really bad. I just realized that. So again, not an expert. But we got it on, so let's bolt this on, see how it looks, because I'm very curious. Okay, so as you can see, it's not too bad. You can't bring this any higher. You can, but you have to modify a lot of things. But it fits pretty well behind the heat shield and right here where the crank is, so that works perfectly. Do not over tighten these. I should have mentioned too, blue Loctite on these, and holds up. But again, this is an eBay special. So we got that on. Next we put the chain on. And to put the chain on, it's going to be a little difficult because that's almost maxed out and we need to go right there. Okay, as you can see, the chain fits on perfectly. There's only one problem is, especially when you put these on, people just don't realize this. Luckily I did. I wanted to see if it would work. As you can see it, the chain is off. Like this part right here is pointing more in than that, and I know what people are saying right now. Flip the spacers. That's what I just did. I've got the short side on this side, the long side on that side. This needs to come over just like a quarter. So I think if I shave that a little bit and then add a washer on this side, this will line up perfectly and the motorcycle should be good. Then of course I gotta readjust the fender, but as you can tell it's already broken, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm readjusting it, so that's fine. We can leave it like that. So let's get this on because I'm tempted to see what it looks like. Okay, as you can see now, it is now turned dark. It's getting hard to see. Not only that too, what you gotta know too, especially with this, and put this back on, you gotta put some spacers back here. The reason why, you have this for the clutch, for the main hub onto the main shaft. When you get it on, yeah, it fits freely, just enough. But it does not line up. You gotta have it right about there, just enough to be lined up. Hold on, right there, so the belt can go on and you can drive around. There's only one problem. It's too dark and Ace is kind of close right now, so let me do some editing right now. You'll see right now. And okay, easy enough. My little brother being annoying. Say hi to the internet. Whatever. So now I can't even talk right now. Right now it's daylight. As you can see now, we modified the day, and we got the bike out here. Now I couldn't film a lot because, as you can tell, it's pretty cloudy a little bit. But what happened is it rained and we couldn't film. So what I had to do is, work it on the side. I couldn't bring out the camera because I didn't want to get wet. But did do some things when you guys weren't looking. Got the chain lined up, and I got the belt lined up. As you can see right there are two little washers in there. And then of course on the other side, can't even see it. There it is, right here. Are two giant washers. So I found them in the garage. There's a couple of washers and a little tech tip, I meant to say. when you're doing the clutch and you just can't figure out, you know, what washers to get, or you don't want to get too thick, I used valve spring shims. These are, what size are these? I can't even see. 0.203 it says. Hopefully that's right, but they're pretty thin shims. They're used mostly for valve springs and stuff like that for, you know, engines. These are specifically for Chevys. So I had to use them, but they worked out great because they gave me that little increment that I really needed. So since we got that, I made sure the chain wasn't going to touch or anything, but so far it's doing pretty good. But do a first start up and see if it actually stops and moves. Because I tightened up the wheel and I got everything. You can see the brake cable's right here. Brake cable's going all the way. And yeah, we're going to be seeing if we're going for a test run. Okay, so as you can see, I don't have a throttle. It's just a little spring, and I just don't fuel into there. As you can tell, there's no gas tank. There's a little bit of residual fuel in the carburetor, I believe. So I'm going to start it up and see if it starts. And it died because no fuel. So, as you can see, the bike's right over there, and then you see a mess right over here. What happened is, I'm not going to name who, you know, because for, you know, safety of his own being, he floored it in the bike, it did a wheelie, and then this happened to his hand. I think he hit the bar because we don't have any grips on it, as you can see right there. So when he did it, it launched in the air, and then he just rolled. He did a tuck and roll. And he came back up and his hand was just bleeding like that. But I can tell you now, since the video you see me riding and someone else riding it, yeah, it works. So now time for the cover. I'm going to put the cover on. It looks good now. You're not going to hurt your feet on the clutch anymore. It's good. So yeah, it looks good, nice and everything. I cut in the back. I know what people are going to say that looks horrible, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so yeah, we got a torque monster. I was planning on to change the cam and get some good things into it. But seeing how all the weight's back there now, and yeah, I'm not going to add more power. This is fine. I was building this bike specifically to go into the pits when I race. And for my dad to, you know, not have to walk a long distance, he can ride the bike. So I built the bike specifically for that. Not only that too, but I wanted to challenge myself because, you know, that's the part of hot rodding, is when you challenge yourself. So I did a bike. I never built a bike before. This is my little legitimate first build bike, even though it's a Baja bike. So yeah, if you hear a little motorcycle sound or a little go-kart sound, that's my neighbor. His kids have a little ATVs and go-karts and stuff. So next time, next episode, we're going to be having the gas tank mounted, and it's going to hurt you because I got to cut the frame. I'll explain that in the next video. I got to cut the frame to make the seat work. So that's the only thing, but I'll show you how to do it, and if you have any questions, you know, just leave them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, and see ya.